Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sindhu. I'm a gynecologist. I'm in front of you to talk about the most common symptoms, what you can see in the pregnancy and what you can do about it. Yeah, let's begin with it. Hi. So the first symptom of early pregnancy is missed periods. So I insist you always check your urine pregnancy test or a home pregnancy test always 1 week after you skip your periods. So if you check early, there is a high chance it might turn out to be negative. So check it after 1 week. If it's negative, I would suggest you repeat it another, after one more week. So then if it's again negative, then you can go to meet your doctor and sort out the things why you have skipped periods or something like that. So if it is positive, then yes, you're pregnant, congratulations. So I'm just going to brief you about what are all the symptoms you can have in the early pregnancy, which might be a bit bothersome, but which is very much okay to have all those symptoms. Yeah. First and foremost is nausea and vomiting, which is normally called as morning sickness. So nausea and vomiting are the most common symptoms which you see even before you miss your cycle. That's because of the building HCG hormones inside your body. So your body is not able to cope up with the hormones, so that presents as nausea and vomiting. So 65 to 80% of women, pregnant women, can have nausea and vomiting. It's so common. So if you have morning sickness, means if you have nausea and vomiting as soon as you wake up in the morning, so I would suggest you start your day with some dry bread or dry cereal or something like that. So that will help you to suppress that nauseous feeling. And before going to bed, try to eat some protein rich food which is easy for digestion, and when you wake up in the morning you might feel at ease because you have consumed the protein in the night. And you can use ginger. Ginger is a very good ingredient for your nausea and vomiting. Then after that you can try to have small frequent meals. Don't have a big meal and you might not be able to digest it fully. So try to have small meals, and drinking water also. Try to drink frequent sips of water, frequent intakes of water than going in and drinking like too much of water. It might trigger the vomiting. So try to drink more juices, clear juices, apple juice, or tender coconut, which are very clear, which is easy for digestion. So that's about your vomiting and nausea. Next is fatigue. So many people, many pregnant women come and tell me that they are feeling very tired and they are very sleepy and they don't have any interest in doing work and they just want to sleep all the time. So it's very normal to have this because your body is using up all the energy to build up, to pushing all the blood inside your uterus to, make the room ready for your baby to come inside. So it's very normal to feel fatigued in the initial stages of the pregnancy because of increased hormone and increased cardiac output, increased blood flow inside your heart and everything. So it's very much normal. So just to overcome the fatigue, what I would suggest is you get a good night's sleep. That means sleep well in the night, exercise regularly, keep a schedule, wake up at a particular time and go to bed at a particular time. If you feel very tired throughout the day, you can take some cat naps. That means you can sleep like 10-15 minutes in between. Don't sleep for too much time in the daytime because you'll not be able to sleep in the night, and if you can't get a good night's sleep, then again the next day the cycle is going to repeat. So it's how you keep your day scheduled. Okay, so just try all these things. If you find it difficult to fall asleep in the night, get some lavender oil and put it on your bedroom pillow, so it will help you to soothe and sleep better. So that's about your fatigue. The third most common symptom is heartburn. So heartburn happens not only in the early pregnancy, it can happen throughout the pregnancy. That is because of the gastric acid which is getting backflown into your food pipe, that is called esophagus. So the stomach is between the stomach and the esophagus there is a valve kind of a thing. So that will become lax because of progesterone in the pregnancy. So what happens is your acid from your stomach will go into your food pipe and that causes your burning sensation. So just to overcome that, I would suggest go for frequent small meals. Don't eat a big meal and give a gap of like 5 to 6 hours. That's not good. It will increase your acidity. So eat small frequent meals and eat bland food as far as possible, at least for initial few days. Try eating less spicier, less oilier food. And if you can't get relieved of these symptoms, you can always get your doctor to prescribe you some antacids or acid relieving supplements. So it's very much safe to take during pregnancy as well. When you're sleeping or when you're lying down on the bed, try to sleep in a slightly upright position. That might prevent certain acid reflexes. Yeah, so that's about your heart one. Next is frequent urination. Frequent urination is one of the most common symptom in the pregnancy. So that's because of your uterus pressing upon your bladder. So it will slowly settle down after a certain time, and it might again reappear in the later parts of the pregnancy when the head is pushing upon your bladder. So if you don't have any stinging sensation or any burning sensation or pain while passing urine, or urine color is clear, you don't have to worry. That means you don't have any infection. If you have any of these symptoms, you need to get checked, because there might be some urinary tract infections which is there. Okay, that's about frequent urination. Next, coming to the cramps. So cramps, you can always have abdominal cramps because of increased blood flow to the uterus. That can have some contractions in it, so that can cause mild cramps. And that sometimes implantation also can lead to some mild cramps. So if the cramps are very mild and if it's not that bothersome, you don't have to worry. Sometimes you will feel like you're about to get your periods. It will be exactly like how how the pain you get while you have your periods time. So it's perfectly fine. If you can tolerate the pain, that's absolutely fine. Otherwise, drink plenty of water, stay hydrated. That will help you from getting this cramps. If you get too much cramps which is unbearable or something like that, that might be something serious in the early pregnancy. There might be some chances of ectopic pregnancy or some abdominal conditions like an appendicitis or something like that. You should definitely contact your doctor that time. Okay. Next common complaint is back pain. Pregnancy will change the posture of your back, and that change in posture, that change in vertebra can put your back muscles at strain. And the uterus is attached in all the four directions with the ligaments to all the structures around it. So when the uterus is growing and when it is getting bigger, it kind of pulls all the ligaments. So that ligament stretching also can be present as back pain. So try to avoid wearing any high heels. Don't go for flats also. Just wear a medium heels of your back muscles, and try to avoid standing for a long time. If you stand for a long time also, you can have back pain. When you're sitting, make sure you sit properly with your back supported. So all these things can help you prevent or help you manage the back pain. Yeah. Next symptom is changes in your breasts. So when your uterus is undergoing so much of changes for the baby to come in, so the breast also should undergo changes, because the breast should develop the mammary glands, the mammary ducts and everything inside to help produce the milk and all. So the size of the breast might increase. So that might cause your breast to swell up, and you might have pain in your breast. So to overcome that, what you can do is you can wear a cotton brassiere, and always wear a size larger than what you usually wear. And try to wear brassiere during the night time also, so that if your breasts are properly supported, then that might help relieving some amount of the pain. So if you want, you can use some moisturization or something like that, because when the breasts are getting bigger, and the skin might stretch, and they might break out, and you might feel more pain because of that. Try to apply some moisturization cream so that it will be soft and supple. Yeah, so that's about your breast changes. Next common complaint or next common symptom is vaginal discharge. So it's very common to have vaginal discharge in the early pregnancy. So if it doesn't itch, if it doesn't have any foul smelling, or it doesn't have any color to it, you don't have to worry. Odorless, colorless discharge which happens in the early pregnancy is very common, and it's very physiological also. So I guess we have covered most of the symptoms what you see in the early pregnancy. If you experience any other symptoms other than this, I'll be more than happy to clarify your doubts. If you like this channel, consider subscribing. Yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, stay healthy and drink plenty of water. Bye bye.